Now, King Charles will be adorned in heavy, priest-like golden robes worn by his ancestors for the moment of his crowning this weekend. The gold garments, known as the super tunica and the imperial mantle, will take centre stage during the ceremony. Super tunica is a long gold silk coat trimmed with gold and lace and was originally made for King George V's coronation in 1911.
Heavy, don't you think? They must be heavy.
Super tunica is not what I expected that to be called.
Super tunica is what you'd expect a band to be called, isn't it? A rock band. But they're spectacular. Spectacular clothes that we'll see at the weekend. Leads us on to this, because Princess Anne has been talking about what sort of monarch her brother will make. In an interview with the Canadian broadcaster CBC, said she thinks King Charles is ready for the job.
Well, you know what you're getting, because he's been practising for a bit. And I don't think he'll change. You know, he is committed of his own level of service, and that will remain true.
Princess Anne talking about her brother. Now, a photograph of Princess Charlotte taken by her mother has been released ahead of her 8th birthday, which is today. She's pictured in a white dress, sitting in a white chair. Her mother, the Princess of Wales, took the image in Windsor just over this weekend.
She and her brothers are expected to be highly visible over the weekend's coronation events as well.
Let's have a look at this morning's papers, shall we? There is that picture we mentioned of Princess Charlotte on the front page of the Times this morning. That's, as we said, marking her 8th birthday. Comes alongside an article about King Charles' popularity rising. The paper reports that 62% of us believe he will be good for the monarchy.
Sticking with the theme of the coronation, there's a lot of it about this morning as we get closer.
It's only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. The Metro is counting down to the big day as well. The paper reporting that it'll bring a £120 million boost to pubs, with 62 million pints set to be sung, and to prove it, the King there setting the trend.
We are just days away from the pomp and pageantry of King Charles' coronation, and royal fans John and Skye are already camping out along the procession route in central London. And of course, with a new monarch comes a new menu for the popular street parties that are held across the UK. Coronation quiche is the official dish for the big day. Fiona Lambden's been lucky enough to do some taste testing.
In the royal kitchen, it's all about coronation quiche right now. 7 decades after coronation chicken was created for Queen Elizabeth, her son has opted for this savoury tart, which is bursting with spinach and broad beans.
I love this story. This is in the Telegraph today, and it's about, guess what? The coronation quiche.
No. Oh, OK, the quiche, yeah.
We've talked about it a lot, haven't we? Now, did you know there is a brotherhood of the quiche Lorraine?
No.
The original quiche Lorraine, which is from Lorraine.
Union of quiche makers.
Yeah, and they basically saying that there is only one quiche. Coronation quiche might be fine, but they should call it a savoury tart rather than a quiche, because it's not a quiche.
It's not a quiche?
It's not a quiche. It's a flan or a tart.
Controversial across the channel. See if they haven't got enough to worry about.